Brian Entin's been looking into that. He joins us now here. Has the narrative changed enough for us to believe that we were told things that weren't true out of real malice, or simply can we write all this off to the fog of war and initial indications, if you will?
Yeah, I think the phrase you used, fog of war, certainly applies to a lot of it. I mean, you've gotten to know a lot of the police officers out here. They've been doing interviews. I haven't gotten the sense that they're purposely trying to deceive anyone. But certainly the tone changed today. There are more questions today. There are very real questions. Why did it take more than an hour for police to go in when there were so many officers outside?
We understand that at least certain times, really from the time the gunman got in the door, and he got in the door of this school unimpeded effectively by any kind of police. But starting when police officers were running towards him and he was in the school, he was firing at them. So they were facing incoming fire for that entire hour. Earlier, the Department of Public Safety said that they believe that most of the gunfire was in the very beginning of this standoff. I'm interested in what you thought most important to press the Texas Rangers on today.
Well, first of all, they made it clear that they believe the gunfire was at the beginning of the standoff, and I think that was in hopes of sort of calming the parents down. Perhaps them going in earlier may not have made a difference. We don't know that for sure. That certainly seemed to be what they were implying. You also mentioned he went in unimpeded. Not only was he unimpeded by the police, but the door, Leland, was open. It wasn't even locked. He was able
to the school.
The door to the school. He was able to go right in. But the question really is, could the police have done more? And we asked the director about that.
Based on the information you have so far, sir, should the officers have gone in sooner? Should they have waited for those tactical teams, or should they have gone right in?
That's a tough question. That's a tough question. Again, it goes back, our job is to report the facts. Report the facts, and later we can answer those questions.
Based on what you know so far, should those officers have...
I don't have enough information to answer that question just yet.
So he wasn't going to answer the question, which I think says a lot. I mean, so many of times when we cover police situations, they are very, very quick to defend.
And very conclusive.
And
they can say conclusively, this is the way it was.
He wasn't going there. He wasn't going to say whether they did enough.
And this is not to in any way take away from the heroics of certainly the officers who ran in and ended up confronting the suspect, killing him, and also taking on a lot of fire. How are we to square the timeline? 11:28, the truck crashed. That means he shot his grandmother a few minutes before that. Shooter entered the west side of the school 12 minutes later. There was a 911 call in between that. In fact, we have some sound from one person in the school who called 911 when she saw the shooter. Take a listen.
He's coming on campus. He's on campus. And when I turned around this way, I could see, I told her, there's babies running everywhere. You just heard the kids screaming and running. There are babies. They're innocent. Even the teachers. All of them. They had just had their award ceremony that morning. They were all happy.
16 minutes from when he exits the car, 14 or so minutes from first 911 call, police initially enter the school. How do we square the story of police officers going into the school, and we know since Columbine, you go and you fight because we know that the people inside, the shooters inside, are meaning to kill more children. How do we square that with he's still in the school for an hour and alive?
Well, first of all, I think the police response time was good. They got 911 calls after he shot his grandma, and they went to the school pretty quickly. So they were there. The question is, why didn't they go into the room where he was barricaded? You know, they explained today they were trying to get a negotiator out there. They didn't have the equipment that they needed right away. I mean, we are in a small town. This isn't some large police agency that had a SWAT team ready to go. But again, you mentioned it. Since Columbine, the standard practice around the country is even if you are just a lone police officer armed, you are supposed to go in. You are supposed to try to take out the shooter to save lives. And that just didn't happen here.
Yeah, and there's this issue also of the door to the classroom that was locked, making it much harder for them to go in. Brian, Entin, great reporting. Thank you. Keep up on this. Obviously, we've been promised answers from the Texas Department of Public Safety, and they've been forthcoming so far. We'll continue on. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.